So, long distance relationships, they have a reputation for being really, really tough. But what if all that distance could actually make your connection even stronger? This isn't just about surviving the miles, it's about actually thriving because of them. So, let's break down how successful couples really make it work.
And that brings us to the big question, right? The one at the heart of every long-distance relationship. Can this separation really make you stronger? And you know what? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. But yeah, there's a catch. It's not a passive waiting game. It's all about actively mastering a set of skills that can turn that distance into your biggest advantage.
Okay, first things first, we have to acknowledge that feeling. You know the one. That specific, deep ache you get just for your partner to be there. It is so real, and it's totally valid. The secret isn't trying to ignore it. It's about taking all that energy and channeling it into building a really powerful plan to close that gap.
So where do we start? Well, we start with the absolute bedrock of any relationship, but in an LDR, it's magnified by 1,000. We're talking about communication and trust. If you can get these two things right, everything else has a chance to fall right into place. What I love about this is how it breaks communication down into 4 really powerful habits. First up, scheduling your calls. Seriously, treat them like non-negotiable appointments. It creates this amazing sense of stability and gives you something to look forward to. Second, sharing the little daily moments. A quick picture of your coffee, a voice note about something funny that happened. It pulls your partner into your world so they feel like they're a part of it. Third, active listening. This is huge. When you're on a call, be on the call. Put the phone down, close the laptop tabs. That quality time is gold. And finally, being open with your feelings. Without body language, your words have to do all the heavy lifting to build that deep emotional connection. And this slide just lays out the 2 paths to trust so perfectly. On one side, you have that healthy transparency. Now, this isn't about reporting every single move. It's about painting a picture of your life for your partner so they can feel included and secure. But on the other side, hiding details or constantly interrogating them, that just fills the miles between you with worry and doubt. The goal here is to create a window into your world, not a wall. This quote just hits the nail on the head. When you can't be there physically, your word becomes everything. Your reliability is literally the currency of your relationship. When you follow through on a small promise, like calling when you said you would, it's not just about that one phone call. It's proof. It's showing them that your words are the very foundation holding you two together. Okay, so once we've got that strong foundation of trust and communication, we can start building on it with the really fun part, actively working to keep that romantic spark alive, no matter how many miles are between you. Distance does not have to mean boring dates. I mean, look at these ideas. You can go so far beyond just a simple video chat. Cook the same meal together, have a synchronized movie night, popcorn and all, or even go stargazing together while you're on a call. The goal is to create new, shared memories. And that surprise food delivery, come on, that's a pro move right there. It shows you're putting in the effort to keep things fresh and exciting. And please, never underestimate the power of a care package. It's so much more than just a box of stuff. It is a physical bridge that cuts right through all that digital distance. The real magic is in the details that hit the senses. Their favorite snacks, a t-shirt that smells like you, a couple of photos. It's a tangible piece of your love that they can literally hold on to. And in that same spirit, never forget about the handwritten letter. A text message is kind of disposable, right? But a letter, that's something you keep, something you reread, the feel of the paper, your actual handwriting. It all creates this level of intimacy that a screen just can't compete with. It gives your partner a little piece of you to hold on to when they're missing you the most. All right, so once you've built that solid foundation and you've found creative ways to keep the spark alive, you start to enter this really cool, mature phase of a long-distance relationship. This is all about growing as individuals so you can become an even stronger team. Now, this might sound a little counterintuitive at first, but it is so, so important. A healthy long-distance relationship isn't about 2 people just sitting by the phone waiting for life to start. It's about 2 complete, fulfilled individuals who choose to be together. Encouraging your partner to have their own friends and their own hobbies isn't neglect. It's the ultimate sign of trust, and it's absolutely key to a balanced, strong partnership. So, how do you actually support that individual growth from so far away? This chart breaks it down perfectly. First, you've got to be their biggest cheerleader. Celebrate their wins no matter how big or small. Second, be their sounding board. Sometimes they just need to vent and be heard, not have you try to solve all their problems. And third, be their safe space. knowing they have your unwavering emotional support during the tough times, that bridges the physical gap like nothing else. And now we have to talk about the uninvited guest in almost every long-distance relationship: jealousy. Look, it's probably going to show up at some point. The first step is just to accept that it's a normal human feeling. The real test isn't if it appears, but how you both handle it together when it does. And here is the playbook for that. This 3-step process is brilliant because it turns a potentially destructive feeling into a really constructive conversation. First, you just acknowledge it without any blame. Say, "I'm feeling," not "you made me feel." Second, dig a little deeper together. Is it really about that person they had lunch with, or is it masking a deeper need for reassurance or connection? And third, you reassure and you strategize together. This turns a potential fight into a real opportunity to make your bond even stronger.
So, all of this hard work, all this growth, it all leads to the final and maybe the most important part: planning your shared future. This is where you take that vague dream of someday and you turn it into a concrete plan that will fuel you both through the toughest days. Because let's be honest, a vague goal of being together someday can start to feel pretty empty after a while. But a timeline, like the one you see here, makes it real. Notice how it takes this huge, overwhelming goal and breaks it down into manageable, bite-sized steps. It starts with those big picture talks, way out at 18 months. Then it gets practical with research, then shared saving, and finally the logistics. This shared roadmap turns hope into an actual project with a very clear finish line. And this table just pulls all those key action areas together so neatly. You've got your financial, career, and logistics. But just as important is the emotional category. Building a support system of friends and family who believe in your relationship is absolutely invaluable. See, success comes from treating this reunion not as some vague hope, but as a project that you two are managing together, as a team. So as you navigate all of this, please remember this one crucial point. The hard times are not signs of failure. Every single misunderstanding you resolve, every lonely night you get through, every challenge you overcome together is actually forging a more resilient, stronger bond for your future. So that leaves just one final question for you. After hearing all of this, what's the first small step you'll take today to start turning these ideas into your reality? Maybe it's just scheduling that next non-negotiable video call. Maybe it's putting just $5 into that reunion fund. Whatever it is, remember, the entire amazing journey begins with that one single step.